What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. And it is a very, very, very special day indeed. Because it is the 300th episode of Chicks in the Office.
300 episodes. So many episodes.
So much talking.
So much talking.
I'd like to say shout out to all my teachers who used to yell at me in class for talking too much, because it clearly paid off.
Yep.
I've got a career out of it.
Yep. How about shout out to all my friends? Oh yeah.
Goes out to all the teachers.
All my friends who say I talk too loud.
Shout out to them.
Yep.
Shout out to one of my boyfriends in high school who made his BBM status "Girl, You Talk Too Much, Shut Up" from the song "Dance" (parentheses ass) by Big Sean.
Yeah.
Girl, I do talk too much, but I won't shut up.
Oh,
because
man.
it's the 300th episode.
It is.
And we've made it. Friday Energy on a Wednesday.
300.
Remember when you first came up with Friday Energy? I remember that moment.
I remember we were on radio.
Yes,
Yeah.
we were. Radio.
Yeah,
We were on
actually,
radio.
we were recording for
I know,
the
but
podcast.
we were recording for
in the radio room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy 300!
Oh, in the middle of the... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for this kind of surprise.
I wasn't prepared either. I didn't think we were getting anything.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty
Look at the
disappointed, but
beautiful
I'm
cake.
glad we got something.
Oh, my God.
Yay.
Thank you, guys.
Love you guys.
I could really shed a tear right now. I didn't really want to cry. Oh, that's Fran's
It's got to
job.
be my job.
Oh my God, the original logo. See now,
Wait, somebody come in here and take pictures of me and Rhea.
and now everybody listening, you're gonna want to go on YouTube because you want to see the setup we have.
Shout out
can't
Natalie and Kelsey, who worked really hard to get this cake made last second.
Yes, thank you guys very much. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna like really start crying.
I'm glad you guys yelled when you came in, because Natalie was like, "What should we say when we come?" I'm like, "Just walk in, don't say anything."
You want us to go, so what should me and Gia say? We all
Yay!
Don't say anything.
Just
That's
silence.
so awkward.
You guys nailed it. I'd like to say that you fucking nailed it, and this is unbelievable. 300. I love Carvel ice cream cake too, so this is a miracle.
And I made sure this didn't have peanuts in it.
Oh,
So I
so
can-
Noah can enjoy.
Peanuts. Okay, wait, I'm turning it the other way. Look at us. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
We're popping champagne.
Okay, wait, but I want to say this.
Okay.
So we're about to pop our champagne. We have the beautiful cake in front of us. Woo! It's been popped.
I know. I get afraid. I didn't want to.
Yeah, well, she didn't want to hit me because my biggest fear in life is getting hit in the eye with the cork from a champagne bottle and losing my eye. It's one of my life's greatest fears. I don't know where it
How
came
often
from.
does that happen?
I think it's literally
I feel like it's
that
like-
would be a freak
Well,
accident.
feel
no,
like
it
it's
happened to the
lightning
guy in the
striking.
challenge.
He lost an eye.
Oh. From Love Island.
Yes. Sorry,
What's
we're
his
talking
name?
about our biggest fear. I forget, but I know.
You're right.
I
you're
know.
Theo.
Theo, yes. Cheers,
Cheers.
Franny. She posed for the picture. Yay.
Wow, and our first logo was so bad.
I like it.
I
the
honestly
original
like
logo.
it. I think
I always loved it, but it does crack me up. It honestly is the most accurate to our hair color right now.
it is spot on. It is actually,
It's the
we should
only
go
one.
back to this
We should
logo.
just use this again.
Because
The
I
only
mean,
one that actually looks like us again.
so this
Wow.
is obviously a big day. It's emotional. I'd like to say to Francesca that I love her very, very much, and
Oh no! Oh boy! Don't
I'm
start
crying.
crying
No, I'm crying
right now
because
I'm gonna start crying.
I wouldn't want to do the show with anybody.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I can't. I whatever. I'm not gonna get sappy. We'll move on from it. But I love you, Fran. Noah, I do love you very much as well. Noah is so good at his job, and he really deserves all the credit. He puts together a great show. Natalie, she does an awesome job.
Yeah.
Devin, who runs our socials, she does a great job. Gia Francisco, who's now our intern, she's crushing it. And just all of our listeners, I just want to thank you guys so much because you guys have supported us for so long. It's the reason why we are able to make it to 300 episodes. We never feel a shortage of support. You guys are always in our DMs and tweeting at us and commenting and sending us really, really nice, positive messages.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate it. It means more than you guys will ever know.
Absolutely. I think that it's been such a gift to do this show together.
Oh my God.
Fuck. Okay, I don't want to cry either, but I will say, like, one of the greatest things about doing this show is that we really do authentically get to be ourselves, and having listeners who accept us for that is really great. Like, I just think that we've been able to really create an environment where, like, the things that maybe we got made fun of when we were younger, the things that we loved that we were afraid to share, we share with you guys. And you get the people who are like, oh, Fran, like, I love all the same stupid stuff you do. Or like, Rhea, we love when you just kind of like fully let it fucking fly. Like, there's just a lot of things that I think, you know, you get insecurities about growing up. And then when you are on this, we are doing a show like this where your job is to really just be yourself, to have people accept that and love you for it is really amazing. And now I'm just gonna keep crying.
And I'd also like to say, even though Fran and I are so different,
yeah,
we are also so similar.
Yeah.
And I think that's why this show is the way that it is.
Yeah. Yin to my yang.
Yes, exactly.
If we were too similar, this would never work.
It would
which is
never
why
work.
It's great, as they say, opposites attract.
Exactly. And we just appreciate everybody who has made this happen. We love Dave and Erica and Barstool and just being able to create a show here. And, you know, we were the first female podcast at Barstool Sports, just throwing that out there. So it's
just saying,
pretty incredible.
Just saying.
I didn't expect us. Well, I knew we'd get emotional because it's been an emotional week. But like Fran said, being able to be ourselves and come on this show,
with our little first logo on it.
And I was also wearing a T-shirt the other night that I found at my house with our logo. It was the first T-shirt we ever made.
Or no.
It was just like a pocket tee.
The pocket tee, yeah.
And it's all very
those are rare,
nostalgic, but beautiful. And we will continue doing the show for hopefully until we're 80 years old. We'll just be talking about celebrity
truly
news.
Franny 80 packs.
Yeah, Fran,
I'm on the way there.
Fran will start smoking cigarettes at some point.
At some point, I will just turn into an 80-year-old smoker.
Yeah, we have to dedicate this is where it's going to get a little sad, but I don't want everyone to be like, Rhea, you keep saying Friday energy and you're not giving us any Friday energy. You're just giving us sad news after sad news. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm dealing with the sad news too. So that means we have
ups and
to
downs.
Share it with you on the show. Unfortunately, my childhood dog, Fenway, has passed.
Yeah.
He lived a very long, beautiful, blessed life of 17 years. It's rare that a dog lives that long. So 17 years is incredible life. So we know that we are very lucky, but God, has it been sad. I do feel lucky that I've been home though and have been spending time with him, because over the past few years it's been kind of sporadic, but we got him in 2004. So, you know, majority of my life he was there, and it's very, very sad. We had to, my parents are in Florida. It was a whole thing. We had to like FaceTime them and tell them like he's terribly sick. We don't know what to do. And we've been putting it off for so long, and they said it's time. Yeah. And so we said goodbye to him this morning, and I definitely cried way more than I thought I was going to. Like, my parents were going to put money down on the fact that I wouldn't cry at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was
Look, at the end of the
day, sad.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you and Fenway, you've had your laughs. You've had, you've had,
Fenway and I have had our ups and downs.
You and Fenway have had your ups and downs. You've had that kind of relationship, but like, he's the dog you've had your whole life. You're always gonna love that dog and have great memories with that dog. And in this moment, and not only is it like the sadness of the actual act, but it's anytime you see your family members sad, it's sad. And so this is obviously so incredibly sad. Like your poor mother loved this dog so much. So it's almost like
mess.
more, it's like, it's so sad just thinking about your mom being sad and not being able to be there. So not to keep discussing.
Not to keep. I didn't want to bring everybody down because the next episode that we have, I promise I will bring you zero sad news. I will only bring you positivity and delight.
Absolutely.
Maybe a few complaints here and there, but I'm gonna give you some good stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
100%.
But I had to acknowledge that
absolutely.
this episode is dedicated to Fenway.
300.
Fenway Shea Chifo. This one's for you.
Oh, Shea. It was
Shea
like Shea
Stadium.
Stadium.
Yes.
Yeah. Just a family of Yankee
Yeah,
haters.
people are probably confused why his name's Fenway, but we got him in 2004 because my dad made a bet with my brother and said, because they hate the Yankees so much, and the Red Sox were obviously down by, I think it was 3.
Yeah,
and
correct.
And
Three in the
impossible
series.
situation.
three in the series.
Three in the
Impossible
series.
situation.
World Series,
And my dad said,
No, not World Series.
yes.
No.
Oh, no, playoff.
not
They
World
can't play in
Series.
the World
They
Series.
are the
Playoff,
same.
playoff.
Yeah, they're the
ALCS.
same.
Playoffs. Sorry.
ALCS.
Not World Series. Oh my God, guys, please forgive me. Not World Series, playoffs. And my dad said, if the Red Sox come back and beat the Yankees, we will get a dog named at Fenway.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what happened. But we are Mets fans, so hence Shea as the middle name. So R.I.P. Fenway, Shea Chifo. We love you very dearly. And this episode's for you, babes.
Absolutely. I just really I don't know. I guess 300 feels like such a huge number. I think because we've added episodes, it's moved faster. Now we do 3 a week. So all of a sudden we're like, holy shit, how do we get to 300? So when we go back to the time when we did 1 a week, it's like the stuff was just hilarious. Like Noah,
take out the list.
Noah made a whole list of episodes and interviews and things like that. And we started in 2018. Our first episode was about Justin and Haley getting engaged. Look how far we've all come.
I know.
They're still together. We're still
They're still together. We're still together.
I'm looking at the list
It's kinda
right
hilarious.
now. And it's really funny that
is.
by
Some of our I know. When you look at the PCAs, it's like 8 episodes in.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Our 16th episode was when we were at the PCAs.
No.
Noah did include
It's
every
not-
single episode.
No, it's not ordered. Like,
It's not in order.
Oh my
unless
God.
I write it next to it, it's not ordered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
But
Yeah, no, I
We
know.
were
I know.
nominated quite fast.
no, but
we
it
weren't.
was.
It
Like,
was very
It was
fast.
very quick. I would say less than 16 probably.
Yeah,
Before we got
definitely.
nominated.
It was definitely very, very fast. But some of those early memories, singing "Beautiful Soul" with Jesse McCartney,
And that was
honestly,
so
kid you not,
awkward.
that's truly still to this day one of my favorite things we've ever done. Like of all the things we've done and the celebrities we've gotten to meet, singing "Beautiful Soul" to Jesse McCartney's face as terribly as we did.
My favorite part of that is when he was like, "All right, that's enough."
Yes, he was so not having it.
Because you were like, "All right,
I mean, we
go,
made
you
a
sing." And he's
mockery
like,
of his
"No,
best song."
That's it.
Yeah, he was not having it, but we were, and we'll always remember that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Howie Mandel, a big moment in my career. I wanted Howie so
bad,
fucking
yeah.
bad. I was so excited when I found out we were having Howie on this podcast.
I'm also
That was
laughing
in the
at
midst of you
the
being obsessed with Deal or No.
Yes,
Yep.
I really was obsessed with Deal or No Deal.
And also thinking about like the Dicks in the Office stuff and having Caleb and Ron on, and Caleb's entire episode where he just did a deep dive into Corey
Campbell's
hips.
legs.
And then all the travel letters that they did, remember? Where they
Yeah, I
checked us.
mean, it was just Dicks in the Office was so much fun, and it's a time that we can just look back on fondly. If you've never listened to those, you should go back and listen to them.
It was a
because
shooting star.
It's exactly. Well, it'll never be recreated. It'll never be done again. One, because Caleb doesn't live here anymore.
Maybe we'll have
but
like a reunion episode.
And
yeah,
also,
we could.
there was one episode where we had to cut out basically everything Caleb said. And that
was kind of the end of Dicks in the
that
Office.
was
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what.
We don't
I
need to
don't know.
discuss,
No, it was
but-
just like Caleb was just pulling bolt. Like it was just he was talking out of his ass, and we
Yeah,
were like,
yeah.
"What are you doing?"
It wasn't the Dicks in the Office we knew.
Yes,
But it was still hilarious, and we
Yes.
look back
Remember
on
when
that
Jerry
very
O'Connell
fondly.
came on and was just so happy about the People's Choice Awards?
Jerry O'Connell
And he's like a
was,
friend of the program now.
Yeah, he really was just so great. And then just like kind of recapping those trips we went on, Super Bowl trips, doing like just talking the three of us together, starting to do Bachelorette stuff and Bachelor stuff.
Bluntati.
Having those guys start to get involved and coming on the show and talking about every major Kardashian moment. Blunt thought he was. Remember when we sang with
Tay Diggs.
Tay Diggs?
Yeah, Starvin' Marvin.
Starvin'
He
Marvin.
was doing
Starvin'.
the beatbox.
Marvin.
Yeah.
Noah won't let us
eat.
order food
food.
because
Yep.
I'm starving.
Yep.
Marvin. Ooh, that was a good one. These are all great.
I know.
And then it got when I think, that was all 2019. Then we moved to this office and things really started picking up. The Penn State Drunk podcast, obviously, after the Jonas Brothers, that's everyone's favorite. That was one of the best times ever. Tyler C. when he crashed Dylan's
Yeah.
podcast. Then we
Penn
had
State.
French Montana interview. We look back on that, fond memories.
What the hell? Oh, Fran kills fly in radio studio.
That was a good
I
one.
just saw that. I'm like, that was a funny moment.
That was
was a
hilarious.
funny
Oh, you know what I
moment.
actually just thought of?
The Justin Bieber
I don't
DM.
think this made it to air, but do you remember, this was in the old office. We were like about to record or something, and I think I've never seen you two argue more, like heated argument about how to pronounce bananas, I think. Do you remember that?
Yes,
I
in the
think I
It
radio
was like
remember.
I do.
so serious. Like,
Yes.
and
Yes, I do remember
I still have
now.
the footage somewhere,
Was
but
it
it was like,
banana?
I think it was banana.
I
right?
can't figure out what the word was, but we were fighting
It was
so
like-
hard about.
I've never seen, and I was just like,
And
I
I'm
wish I
pretty
could put
sure
this
we
out.
were saying it the same way. It's just like with like
yeah,
a.
it was like the most ridiculous argument I've ever heard, and that's a lot to say.
and we've had some pretty
Yeah, we've
ridiculous
had some
arguments.
pretty recently too.
Yeah. I mean, we've just had really also like just so many cool people on this show. Just looking at the list of all the people we've gotten to talk to and the things we've gotten to do and the interviews and moments and
What did I just
different
send that?
segments. What did I just send that? Celebrity
Yes.
Conspiracy
Oh my God.
Corner.
I mean, I literally sent you guys a nude. It literally
Yeah,
sent you
yeah.
guys my vagina by accident. We forget that.
I think I was trying to. I didn't like actually add it up, but I'm pretty sure Johnny Bananas and Caitlin Bristow are like tied. I think for most appearances.
I feel like Camille's got to be up there
Camille,
too.
yeah, and Camille. I think they're all three.
Yeah.
Johnny might have the most, but
The Justin Bieber DM. Oh my God. I mean, we talk about that all the time. So,
know.
what about the sweaty armpits in the pictures when we took
Oh,
our new
yeah.
podcast logo? And I just had and the guy sent them back and said, "Do we want to edit out Rhea's sweaty armpits?"
stains. Oh man.
and then obviously the Jonas Brothers 100. That feels like yesterday.
I
The
can't believe
100th
that was
episode.
the 100th episode.
Yeah, because it
Guys,
feels
I
pretty
kid
recent.
you not. No, it feels far away. It feels like a long
Really?
time ago to me. That to me still feels like it was in real life. Like I still feel like I dreamed that, like all of that.
I feel like I dreamed it just because I like had a huge panic attack and like it was like not fun for me for like the second half of the trip.
In Denver. I know. I
But yeah, that does
I
feel
don't
like
know.
a dream.
like the interaction at Champs at Penn State still to this day, like maybe it was just because the level of drunk I was at. I really feel like it was like a fever dream. Like I think about it
Yeah.
sometimes when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, that all really happened.
That's
I
like my
really said
that's
all
one of my
those things
go-to.
to Nick Jonas about his tequila.
I tried to listen to that episode
Not
a
blowing
couple of weeks
smoke up his
ago.
ass.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago because my friend reached out to me and was like, "We want to listen to one of your episodes. Send us your best episode." And I was like, "What would be the best episode?" I'm like, "Well, people love that Jonas Brothers Drunk podcast."
Yeah.
And I was like, "We were really drunk." So I went to go listen back because I was like, "I want to know what she's hearing." And I had to shut it off almost instantly. I could not listen to us. I don't know how people did and how they enjoyed it so
That's
much.
why I remember I tried to cut myself out of it, and then you guys made me put myself.
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
But
It's just
yeah.
because it needed it for context, and
Threw up
boy
in
did
the
it did.
Uber, or
Oh,
threw up in
God.
the car, threw up next to Nick and Priyanka.
Embarrassing.
We gotta go back to Champs.
Yeah, we have
That's
to go
all I
back to
gotta
Champs.
say.
But this has been.
We've never been able to use our black card.
No,
we got
I don't-
those black cards.
I don't even know if
I bet you. I bet you would still. Mine's in the drawer in the office.
Yeah,
so maybe yours is in there too. I was showing it off the other day to some people in the office.
I must brag.
I must brag. And 2020 was tough. I will say, like, I think 2020, trying to navigate how we wanted to do the show, we completely restructured how we did the show. We went from not doing radio, taking clips from radio, putting it on the podcast,
Yeah.
to not doing radio anymore and recording our podcast all the way through.
2020 also had like some of the best guests we've ever had.
No, I know.
Yeah.
We really
'Cause
did. Uncle Bob Saget.
Love
Gotta
Uncle
give a little
Bob.
shout out to
love
Bob. I had really like, it was another one of those moments where I was like, what is my life? Casey and I were doing the NFL draft show, and Bob Saget comes on for the Eagles pick, and there's like 8 of us on the screen. Smitty's yelling at Bob Saget, Roan, like everybody, Wallow and Gilly are like screaming bloody murder. You can't hear a damn thing. And there is a moment when Bob sees me in the Zoom, and I'm like, hey Bob, and he's like, oh, how are you? Great to see you. And I'm like, oh, like afterwards, it's just like so funny. It was like, what is my life? That
That
I
was
have
the
that
funny thing
relationship with Bob Saget where he could spot me on a Zoom and be like, oh,
Honestly, Bob-
Fran, love those girls.
he was one of our first Zoom interviews, I think, and that was when like I still really didn't know how to like work Zoom and everything. So I went on. I thought I was gonna be the first one, and he was
right.
in there.
I remember you
and then
texted us. You
I
were
was
like, I'm just on the
yeah.
Zoom with Bob
And me and
Saget.
him, I didn't know what to talk about, so I just started talking about John Mayer. I'm like, oh, I saw you were with John the other day, and we were just talking. Like, he's
course.
like, but he was like, I
man.
remember you from when I came
Yeah.
to the office. Like,
He is awesome. I mean, Chase and Maddie last year. The
Outer Banks stuff
cast,
was
that was
incredible.
unbelievable. I mean, here's the thing. It was a really tough year, and I hate recording over Zoom. I hated recording over Zoom. I really thought that I lost my... I don't even know what to call it, mojo, while recording over Zoom.
It's just very hard to have the same level of
the
enthusiasm.
energy is not there.
No, I know.
But I actually love the place that we're in now.
Yeah.
I feel like we have come out of the other side of this shitty year that it was, and we have this awesome studio that
Yeah.
we're sitting in, and I only see this going up from here. Like, I
agree.
really love the spot that we're in, and I'm very excited for what's to come.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you. I can't wait. I feel like there is just a whole other untapped part of Chicks in the Office that we're hoping to release out there like the rest of the year, just getting out there more, seeing people, maybe wink, wink. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. That would have been
see
fun
what
to
happens.
announce today, but we won't.
We won't, yeah, but we'll see what happens. And just kind of meeting you guys has been great. Honestly, doing Beat Rhea and Fran has been so fun.
It really has been fun. And I will say, just getting out in the world again and
Yeah.
running into you guys on the street. You know, I've been to a couple Islanders games where I've met some really, really nice
Amazing
girls.
people, yeah.
I've been out a couple times in New York City now and have met some really nice girls. And it just feels so good because, like we said,
don't
for the
have any
last...
duds.
What do you mean?
Like I'm saying, every fan that I meet, I feel like, wow, that
A
person
gem.
was so sweet and so nice. I truly haven't had an interaction with someone being like, I listen to Chicks in the Office, and being like, ooh, that kind of left me unsettled. It's like every single time I'm like, that was a great person.
Right, I'm always like, that was a sweetheart. I'm
So
so happy
sweet.
she listens to
I
the
know,
show.
I know.
And I will say, over the past year, like not being able to be out and about and not being able to see you guys in person,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder, like, is anybody listening to us? Is anybody
Yeah.
out there? And now
Hello.
that we are out there, feel free if you see us, come over and say hi. Sometimes we're out and I see people and they're like whispering and
Yeah.
you're like, I can hear you. I've had that happen a couple times the past few weeks where literally my family was with me and I was standing outside of Nassau Coliseum and these girls walked past me and then they walked past me again, this time with a camera, and they were filming me walking by. And then the third time was when they came up to me, which was very nice, and I would never
Absolutely.
be mean to anybody who came up to me. And they were like, we were so nervous. And I was like, don't be nervous. It's so much better when people come up and say hi. I know
Absolutely.
that it can be like frightening, but I swear Fran and I don't bite.
No, we
and
really don't.
Love meeting
on
you
the
guys.
on the train from Montauk Sunday morning, I was eating a turkey sandwich at my seat, and I'm like sprawled out, and I'm making eye contact with this girl through in between the seats,
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
and she's looking at me, I'm looking at her because she's looking at me, and I'm like, okay, like, so this is the
tension is
happening.
here.
I can feel it, and it was great because it literally took her 10 seconds. She got up from her seat and walked
Yes.
to my seat and was like, I have to ask, like, are you Fran from Chicks in the Office? And I was like, yeah. But I also, my voice was even worse than it was now. So it was like, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I lost my voice.
Gasping for air. I've just finished my second pack of the day.
Yeah, exactly. But like, no, it was so nice, and we're so excited to just get back out there in the world and keep doing this show. And cheers to 300 more episodes.
Cheers.
That sounds like so many fucking
It
episodes.
does. Sounds like a lot of talking.
It's like, whoa. All right, well, we have a great Bachelorette recap.
Yeah, let's get into it.
But first, Credit Karma has always been there to help you make better financial decisions, and now they want to help even more. With a Credit Karma Money Spend account, you can be rewarded for good money habits. This is a great deal, guys. You're gonna love it. It's a brand new checking account where you can win cash reimbursements for making purchases. When you use your Credit Karma Money debit card, you can win daily instant Karma purchase reimbursements on items up to $5,000. Just pay with your debit card, and if you win, you'll be notified on the spot, and your instant Karma cash will be added back to your spend account. Credit Karma Money has already given away over $3 million in instant Karma to over 50,000 Credit Karma members and counting. Open your FDIC-insured spend account for free. There is no minimum balance requirement, no overdraft fees, and free withdrawals from a network of over 50,000 ATMs. And when you make a purchase between June 8th and June 30th, so guys, almost done, June 30th, you'll be automatically entered to win $1 million. Right now, visit creditkarma.com/winmoney to open your free account and start winning instant Karma. Go to creditkarma.com/winmoney to sign up for free and start winning instant Karma. That's creditkarma.com/winmoney. Instant Karma is sponsored by Credit Karma. No purchase necessary. Exclusions and terms apply. See rules. Banking services provided by MVB Bank Incorporated, member FDIC. Maximum balance and transfer limits apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the Bachelorette recap.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm
Trent,
excited.
you're back.
I am back. I apologize for missing last week.
We missed you.
Ah, we love you.
Thank you. I was in California, and I wanted to do it, but the time change screws everything up. Where
it
they're
does.
3 hours behind, which is just a nightmare. I love California, but I do not think I could ever live out there because of the time change.
Trent, did you get a little sun?
Yeah,
I can tell.
I did.
You're glowing.
Said it a little bashful.
Sometimes I forget to put sunscreen on, and it just happens.
I looked at your arms and I was like, "Oh, he got a little burn."
But it's nice though because you
looks
don't
nice.
look like that burned. You actually look like you have like a tan.
Thank you. It does turn from burn to tan pretty quickly for me, which I'm grateful for.
That is nice.
But I'm very happy to be here.
You should put some lotion on the back of your ears
Really?
because they're a little burned.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they peeling?
Yes,
oh,
they're peeling.
I did not notice until you said
Yeah,
that.
no,
but
I'm just looking out for you.
they are
No,
peeling
you
a
should
little
just
bit.
put lotion on
I'll
them.
just do the show like this the whole time.
I know. I will say that is actually one of those spots that I always try and remember to put sunscreen on when I'm at the beach because I always forget.
Yep.
The top of my ears and in the part of
Yeah.
my hair, which I just bought. Not an ad. Not saying from where, but I just bought like hair sunscreen.
You spray, yes.
That's like a powder.
Yeah.
Life changer. Because I always burn my part, like always, and then it gets gross.
Do you put sunscreen on your head?
Yeah,
yeah, you
I
just
do.
gotta
Spray
rub it all right
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my head's been peeling the last couple of days. You know what's a spot that guys always forget? Is top of their knees. When they're wearing shorts, it always gets the top of the knees.
that's
Those get
true.
burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Or your
forget about
feet.
those. Feet is another one.
Everyone stay safe out there and wear sunblock.
Seriously, lube up.
Lube-
People.
Lube up, it's summertime.
It is. It's important. And I hope they're all wearing sunscreen in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is where they are filming The Bachelorette. We're going into week 3, guys. We got left on a cliffhanger. We didn't know what was going to happen. Katie has been on a good path of sending the bad boys home.
Yep.
And it kind of seemed like she was into Carl. Didn't really, like, she's like, oh, I think I can maybe trust Carl. I don't know, but we picked up right where we left off. All the guys are pissed at him. He's still talking in circles. Everybody's upset. Katie cancels the rest of the cocktail party, going right to the rose ceremony. Did you guys think that Carl stood a chance going into that rose ceremony?
No.
That you thought he was going to get sent home for sure? I wasn't sure. I thought maybe he was going to stay for theatric reasons.
That would be a good reason because, and I don't know what you guys said last week about Carl, but I've never encountered someone like him on this show before. He's just like strange.
Yeah.
The way he goes about things, the way he chose to just accuse everyone in the room that they weren't there for the right reasons with no evidence. I understand wanting to keep him around for drama and like a good narrative, but I didn't think Katie was that interested in him.
On past seasons, I feel like yes, but this season it kind of feels like we're getting a no bullshit season with the bullshit artists that are coming in. They're kind of they're dropping like flies, I feel like. So I had a feeling he was going to go.
Yeah. What do you think of his His fake air punches. Really getting himself pumped up.
Anything to get yourself pumped up. I mean, strange, but who are we to say how somebody pumps themselves up, I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
He's a motivational speaker, right?
Correct, yeah.
So that maybe that's just his
shadow boxing?
That's probably what he does before he gets onto stage, and he's like, all right, everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you
He
have
gets
to.
out there, he's like, yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Let's save some lives.
because he's the motivational speaker, right? Who's his motivational speaker? He needs
gotta
someone to
pump
pump
himself
him
up.
up. You know what I
Himself.
Absolutely. He's
You
got to
know,
reach
so-
the level.
He needs to look in the mirror and look at himself.
mean? And give a motivational speech.
Yeah.
Punches.
So they go into the rose ceremony, and Katie looks kind of confused, not really sure what path she's going on. Just want to say, I think we might be sleeping on David. David got the first rose in the rose ceremony, and I was like, who the heck is this guy? Very handsome.
Can't picture him.
Exactly.
Still having trouble knowing their names.
Exactly. Even normally I'm very good with them, and she said David, and I was like, who the hell is David? He walked up very
Suave.
very cute. I liked him a lot, and I got a DM from a girl saying that she knows him and he's awesome. So I love when that happens.
I've been doing this thing now to memorize names or to get the names quicker because I always think 3 to 4 weeks in and I still don't know. That's not great. Now when I'm at home and someone pops up and they don't show their name, I just say their name every single time.
Out loud?
Hunter,
Yeah.
John.
What if you don't know
Aaron.
it, though?
Then
Then he knows to look it up.
you gotta it's a mental note where you're like, all right, I gotta remember that one. But once you start getting it, you start doing it.
Start saying it out loud.
Start lobbing names at your TV.
It's a good thing you live alone.
I guess that's a new thing now that I do live alone.
Yeah,
I've
and you were
started
just
doing.
sitting in a beach chair last night.
All right, yeah, because
Trent in just a beach chair in the middle of a
Hunter!
one bedroom apartment. Aaron, Garrett. I don't even know their names.
That is what's happening because right now I am in the
Thomas.
middle. People noticed it last night because I am sitting in a beach chair in my living room because I'm in the middle of a move and we were doing video takes.
Yeah.
And people were like, "What is that chair you're sitting in? You're in a living room, but you're in a chair that's designed to be outside." And
It's a chair that you bring when you're going to your son's baseball game.
right when you said we're ready to yell at some umpires.
Yep.
But so yeah, I'm in the middle of a move, so it's quite a scene where it's just an empty apartment for the most part, but there's a beach chair and there's a TV and I'm watching The Bachelorette and I'm yelling Hunter, John, Aaron, Carl.
Okay, well, look, we missed it for David, I think, because David's fine. I'm hoping we see more of David, but Katie goes through the list. She hands a rose out to Mike, Virgin Mike, not Mike. There's Michael. But this is the thing. There's Mike and there's Michael. They
Mike's the
both
virgin.
went by Michael, but Mike is the baseball player, and Michael is the one who had the one-on-one.
They
this
should have
episode.
to stick to Mike and Michael.
Yeah.
Because it does get confusing.
I don't know why they didn't just do that from the beginning. In the bios and when they put their names up there, it first had their bios both had Michael on each, but their name plates on the show when they pop up says Mike and Michael. But
Right.
you know at some point they changed it after filming because Mike called Michael Michael A, or he just he used the
Right. The way they normally
first
do
initial
it.
the way they normally do it inste's of just saying Mike. So
My head's spinning right now.
and I did.
I picked up my phone as I'm tuning out.
It's that was a lot. Mike goes up, gets a rose, and says to Katie, we've come together in solidarity as a group.
Solidarity.
To say that we think that unfortunately what Carl said wasn't the truth. All the other men are they're nodding in the background. They're yeah, we agree with him. So everybody just banded together. I don't think we've ever seen this on this show.
No.
In the middle of a rose ceremony to call out a guy and be he's got to get out of here. And it worked like a charm. She sent Carl home.
That was the right thing to do.
Katie loves snitches.
Yeah.
In this season, snitches get roses.
She loves it because she keeps saying I need someone to be my eyes and ears in the house.
Because she was that for Matt.
Yeah. She wants to know everything that's
but
going on.
it's dangerous because then people like Carl take that as oh, let me try, and then
Of course, it
you gotta walk the line.
backfired, but
Yeah, his behavior was reckless.
Yeah.
yeah. But I also think it's because Katie is such I think Katie is a fan of the show and has watched so many seasons that she knows she's I'm running this shit differently. I want to know the shit that's going down in the house.
Well, you can see that too because when this is all happening, or when the Carl stuff originally happened, she grabbed Aaron and was like, come talk to me, tell me what's going on.
The resident snitch.
The resident snitch.
Aaron's going to find himself in Katie's position that she was on that season.
Absolutely. 100%.
Because she ended up being a friend to Matt because she was just
He's
telling
gonna get
him.
friend zoned.
He's going to get friend zoned.
100%.
Sorry, Aaron.
I don't like Aaron's whining, but I do like. I agree with him. Like, I agree with what he's saying, and I feel like he is right. But I'm like, the way he just keeps delivering it, and the fact that the edit he is getting right now is that he is only speaking when he is talking about someone else.
Right. I agree with you. I like Aaron, but he's got a big time crybaby face.
Yeah, for
where,
sure.
like, every time something happens, they will cut to him. He's like,
yeah, absolutely, 100%. 100%.
That would be great. I agree. 100%. I'm split on Aaron. I can't decide how I feel.
So, Katie, it seemed like Katie was maybe planning on keeping Carl, and then this happens, and she sends him home. She also sent home John, Kyle, and Garrett. Kyle and Garrett, sorry guys, can't even really place you right now. Kyle I liked. I actually remember from his bio, I thought he was cute, but doesn't matter. And I mean, devastating for me. John already gone. I love John.
He's the closest that I could judge from the reaction on Twitter. He's as close to Grocery Store Joe as we've had.
How did you love him so much?
I just think he's so sweet. It's just his look. I don't know a single thing about him.
So superficial.
Katie, well, it's just
so
his
shallow.
He seemed very nice.
Yeah.
He really did.
He did. He had a great smile.
Great smile. I like he cracked some jokes in the mud wrestling where he was like, I'm going to die.
Yeah, he did.
He was on the smaller side. Katie also tweeted a picture.
Do you love him in like a love way or, oh, you're cute way?
No, like oh, you're
small.
cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I want to give him a little, like I want to pinch his cheeks.
John would hate to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. But look, that's how I feel. Katie posted a picture on Twitter of like her outside like a restaurant, and then posted a picture of John, and it looked like they were in the same place. So I don't know if maybe she's seen him since like after the show, or they have, or they're friends or whatnot. Because I think John also lives like in San Diego or something.
Where's Katie
somewhere
live?
over
San
there.
Diego?
I think she's just in California.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure where exactly these days, but I was very sad to see John go. I hope he gets to go to Paradise. We didn't really see a lot of him, but I hope that, I did see a lot of reaction on Twitter of people being sad about him leaving and hoping he gets another shot.
I could see him in Paradise for sure.
Yeah.
Coming one of the later guys down the stairs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. And then we had a group date, very cryptic date card. We'll get into it right after this.
Listen, it's the summer. People are feeling good for the most part, but you may be stressed out a little bit. Maybe you're listening to this and you don't have a job right now, or somebody you know doesn't have a job right now. And we all know the stress that can bring to a person. You're like, how do I connect myself with somebody? How do I get a job? Who do I reach out to first? A friend of a friend knows somebody. Then they fail you. They never get back to you. And it's an endless cycle until you find the job that you're looking for. But let me tell you guys, ZipRecruiter is here to help you with that. ZipRecruiter knows that the general experience of looking for a job is pretty sucky. Zip wants to help make things easier for all the job seekers out there, which is why they're teaming up with Barstool to help us find the newest upcoming interns to join this company this summer. By going to ZipRecruiter.com, you can see all the upcoming opportunities open for this summer. ZipRecruiter attracts the best candidates for us as employers, not us specifically, but the company. Yeah, me and Fran are hiring everybody. And as a job seeker, it's easy to use. When you sign up on ZipRecruiter.com, you can create a free profile, then you get matched to great jobs plus a lot more. ZipRecruiter will proactively pitch your profile to employers whose jobs match your experience. And unlike other job sites, if an actual person from the company really, really likes what they see, they can personally invite you to apply to their job, which is awesome. Maybe you're not even applying for jobs. Maybe people are reaching out to you because they want you. That's a great feeling. You didn't even apply yet and they're telling you, please apply to me. They're begging you. That's why you got to get on ZipRecruiter. So go to ZipRecruiter.com, sign up for free, and put ZipRecruiter to work for you. And don't forget, you can even search Barstool and apply now for our upcoming internship opportunities. No matter what type of job you're interested in, experience the better way to find it at ZipRecruiter.com. Nikki V.
So the date card says, love is about honesty, and I need 100%, ... Reads it out loud. The group is like, did it say love Katie? They're like, no, it didn't. Everybody freaks out.
Yeah.
So it's this whole big thing. Aaron, Courtney, James, Connor B, David, Justin, Thomas, Hunter, Brendan all go sit in what really looks like some kind of meeting.
Yeah.
like an AA meeting. It's just the way they framed it is unbelievable. Like the way they did the lighting in this, when they cut to one person, it just looked like they were sitting in a black hole.
Right.
It was complete darkness behind everyone.
It looked like Rocket Man.
Yes.
When Elton John is at AA
Yeah.
and the way
Yep.
that it's lit,
Yep.
it looked like
It
that.
did. No, they did a great job. Like I was laughing watching because at the beginning because I'm just like, look at the you can't see anything else except this lit circle. I imagine sitting in those seats. Not only were you nervous about sharing, but the lights were probably like so bright.
Like getting interrogated.
Exactly. So dark. And welcome, Nick Viall,
Nikki V.
Nikki V, makes a great appearance. Not only is he just the best, but he
Nikki
shows
V
up.
with a good job last night.
Yeah.
You
He
did?
did a great
Because
job.
He DM'd me saying that
And he had a good tweet.
him and his girlfriend were coming to New York City, but unfortunately, the week that they're coming is the week that we have off.
Oh.
And I was like, it was
sneaky want to meet his girlfriend.
I was like,
She's
I would
so
have loved to
beautiful.
meet her and whatever. But then I was like,
Yeah.
It was also while he was on TV. I was like, by
Yeah.
the way, you're doing a great job. Shout out Nikki
that's
V.
hilarious. He's the best. And I also just love like this role that he's created for himself after the show of just being
Absolutely.
the advice guy. Like he does a great job with that. And he was like, all right, guys, time to unpack all of your bullshit. Like, here we go. Let's start. Who's going to start? Let's hear it all.
I know that I've joked about Ask Nick before,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
actually think he's crushing it in terms of like what he's doing on his podcast and
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Yep.
People
Yeah.
are really just going to him for advice at all times. And I find myself sitting through all of it and taking all the advice. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, we'll just see other people's problems and see what Nikki V has to say about
Absolutely. And I bet you it's been helping him too recently that he's just seems so happy and like in love and like such a great life that everyone's like, oh, he figured it out. I got to ask him how he did it.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Every time you say Nikki V, I think of Dickie V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing that in my head every time you say it. Nikki
It's-
V.
It's great. So they go around and it got like very deep. It was no one was joking around. It was very, very serious. Hunter started first and he got very emotional speaking about, his failed first marriage and how he just like became a bad husband, were focused too much on work, not enough on his wife and kids, never imagined he would be divorced. So it was like a heavy start where I think all the other guys were probably like, okay, we're getting deep, we're sharing, this is like going to be a big thing. They go around, everybody's sharing these very deep stories. Connor B tells a story of, being a musician and drinking too much and getting into a fight with his girlfriend and cheating and really intense real life stuff. Thomas, his moment to share was him basically saying like, didn't know what it would be like coming here, didn't know the Bachelorette was going to be you, thought if it works, okay, if it doesn't work, you can build a great platform from being here. And
The whole time had a big smile on his face, which was the weirdest part.
see, this is the thing. A lot of the things that he is saying are factual.
Agreed.
The way he is saying them creeps me the fuck out.
Double agreed.
Little freak.
Because-
it's just this.
Thomas is a little freak.
It's
I
freaking
really
me
don't
out.
like his face, and I know that's mean to say about somebody, and I apologize, and I know that it's mean,
Yeah.
and I'm owning that, but I don't like his face.
Yeah.
We have
Own it.
We have had people in the past who have done this where they're
Yeah.
honest about why they came on the show, and some of that does include
Right.
where
You just can't say it on the show though. Like they're gonna make you the bad guy. They made him the bad guy for just saying,
Yeah.
like, I
like
thought
in-
that this would maybe be a good
In
platform
what
to be
world
on.
would you say I want to be the Bachelor? Like on the show, clearly not there for the right. And then they're gonna make
Right,
you the
like he was
Bachelor.
being honest,
yelling at my
and
TV.
He was being honest, and it's just what you can't do that on the show.
I know. I was yelling at my TV. I was like, "What? Like, why are you telling them this?
I know.
Keep it inside,
Bottle it
Thomas.
in."
Bottle it up."
well the crutch is he hedges though, right? He says I wanted to give it a chance if that
Yeah.
it might work out.
Right.
And then you say, But there was also part of me where it's like it might not work out because sometimes it just doesn't work, but you can build a platform and you can gain followers. Like if he was just straight away saying, no, I'm just here because I want to get followers and maybe be the next Bachelor, without saying, but I want to give it a chance with the Bachelorette. That's crazy.
However, the way he is delivering the like, I never thought I would feel this way and my feelings are real, like that all seems like more bullshit now.
True.
Because he's doing it so quickly. It's week 3. He probably has known Katie for 4 days. And he's like throwing things out there about love and all these. Like it just seems like Thomas has an agenda and now he's throwing out these things where it's like, oh, well, you know, it's a great platform. Yeah, you're right. It is. But the way he's like now trying to play the game, I think is going to shoot him in the foot because he's like just moving way too fast. And now it makes his feelings towards Katie feel really disingenuous.
It does seem like he's overcompensating that stuff to make it the Bachelor and platform stuff seem like less.
Right. And to finish off what he said in the circle, he was like, I have some red flags. There's people I've led on. He said he went on a date a week before he came on the show. Which just kind of flew under the radar.
That's where I was like, oh my God.
I was like, dude, what are you
fuck
doing?
up, Thomas. Shut up, man.
He kept smiling. So
what
bizarre.
are you doing?
He must have been very nervous.
And Aaron said it really well. He said he's grinning like a clown from a Stephen King novel. I was like, yeah. It did sound like a sales pitch, which is also what Aaron said as well. So it was extremely uncomfortable.
Weirdo.
Yeah, like very uncomfortable. It really did feel like he was just talking in shticks, like it was all isms, like, oh, my feelings are real and I can't wait to build this relationship and the future is bright. Like it kind of all seemed like horseshit.
Blah, blah,
exactly.
blah.
Exactly. You almost tune it out when he talks because
like
it sounds
the
so
fish
stupid.
in SpongeBob.
Yes, exactly. But the men were not the only ones to share. Katie told her own story of a sexual assault that happened to her years back that she had her life had blamed herself for because she was drinking. She felt like she was drunk. There was not consent. And now looking back, she realized what that really was and the truth behind that. And she shared that with the whole group, which I give her so much credit for because it was something that she did not need to share with them. Like this date, of course, is about all of them, but so many times on dates like this on this show where it's like, okay, the contestants are sharing, the Bachelor, the Bachelorette says, oh, thank you guys so much. I learned so much about you guys. Really appreciate it. But she was really honest and was like, look, you guys shared some really deep stuff with me and I feel like I have to reciprocate. And she shared this story and it from a using your platform in the right way kind of situation. I thought that this was great. It was something she did not need to share, but it's a huge platform. So many people watch this show and it's important for girls to hear someone say that because she was too drunk excuse is bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And I appreciated Katie telling that story, like you said, because she didn't have to. And I think that's something that we saw with Tayshia's season and Matt's season is something we talked about towards the end was like, wow, we feel like we didn't really learn much about either of them. And not saying that they have to share these kinds of stories, but it did feel like Katie is very open to opening up to these guys and sharing her life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and she even said afterwards that she had no plan to share the story.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, all the guys opened up and she thought it was a good opportunity to share her story. And yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah. So just a lot of credit to Katie for doing that in that moment. And also for the guys, like it's week 3. They've only been there for a few days. And besides quarantine and whatnot, but actually really being on the show for them to have the confidence to share a lot of those stories is huge because normally those dates I feel like don't come till later in the season. It was pretty early on for that, and honestly the train just kind of kept rolling with those vibes, those sharing vibes. They cut back to the house where Michael was talking with Mike and Andrew about his story and talking about how he has to share some things with Katie. And it was really nice. One, I mean, we'll talk about the date, but it was really nice to see him share this with some of the guys first.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of times when you hear these heart-wrenching stories and you hear it first on the date and you're like, oh, I wonder if the people in the house know that. But he's sharing it with everyone. He said, it's a single dad, not due to divorce. It's because his wife Laura died from breast cancer 2 years ago. And, he starts to cry and everybody's very sad. And it's just like he's opening up to them and saying that he's hoping to find that spark that he's been missing in his life. And you just want to give him a hug.
I know. Not to sound like Carl, but you don't know the motivations of the people in the house. You can't know. It's impossible. And Aaron had said that too when Carl said that. But Michael, I feel pretty confident that he's like, I think he's there for the right reasons,
You have two of maybe some of the most polar opposite guys in Michael and Thomas in this episode, where Michael seems so pure and really here to try and make, find love and see if that works out for him. And Thomas is just like,
maybe I'll be the Bachelor.
Maybe I'll be the Bachelor. I don't know. It's kind of insane.
And it does make you wonder what the motivations of the guys in the house are. Like, I know the Carl thing was crazy, and he ended up being quote unquote right with Thomas.
Right.
But like anybody
still made it up anyway.
I tweeted that last night. Like, we all got to admit that Carl was right. But the truth is, anybody could walk on to any season, Bachelor or the Bachelorette, and be like, some people in here are not here for the right reasons, and be correct.
Yeah.
Because there's a Thomas out there, who knows who else. But like, you're getting a mix of it now where you really don't know. You either have the Michael of the world or the Thomases, and they're just on the same season, but you just really never know.
Yeah. Then they cut back to the group date for the cocktail party, and everybody's getting a chance to talk to Katie. Connor B, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when I was looking at pictures back this morning, Connor B he has his shirt unbuttoned, like 3 buttons everywhere he goes. In the circle of everyone sharing.
Oh, I noticed that.
Like literally down to his middle of his chest on the group date at the cocktail party. So deep again. I'm like, okay, Connor, showing a little skin.
Good for him. I did notice.
Cracking me
got
up.
it, flown it.
Right,
Yeah.
the circle date, I definitely remember being like, it's good that everybody's being vulnerable, but then they cut back to Connor and it just be like, that shirt was deep.
That's him being vulnerable.
Yeah.
True.
Absolutely. He's like, I got to lose a couple buttons for this story. But the cocktail party also revolved around Thomas. He got his time with Katie. And Katie, who, once again, I feel like is living up to all of our expectations, is like, hey, you mentioned in the date that there's some red flags. What are they? Absolute panic mode. He gives no answer. He goes on this whole weird rant about, being there and liking her and this connection, this instant connection that he's just felt. And I don't ever want you to second doubt. I don't want you ever to doubt the feelings I have for you. And it was very awkward. I think Katie felt a little unsettled. He felt unsettled. He leaves. And afterwards is like, oh shit, I kind of fucked that up. So then he goes and interrupts Aaron.
He had time to even make up red flags if he wanted to. Like on the circle, he was like, I got a lot of red flags. I'm not going to share them here.
Probably could have brought up the fact he went on a date a week before he left for the show.
That could have easily been one of them. But then he's got time before, the group date cocktail party, and he still just had nothing. He just rambles.
Yeah.
And what he does to try to make it feel like it's rooted in reality is say like things that he doesn't mean. Like he doesn't end up saying I'm in love with you, even though he then
fucking bullshit.
Tells the guys that he said that and then tells them that he didn't.
Yeah.
He's just full of shit.
Full of shit.
He is the most full of shit person on this season by far.
Yeah, absolutely. And which, made me think at first with, Cody going home and Carl going home, was like, wow, we're really getting rid of these guys fast. Thomas is going to linger.
Yeah.
Because she likes Thomas. I can tell, you can tell they've had some steamy makeouts where it's like, okay, I think she likes this guy. But Thomas interrupts Aaron, and Aaron is just, like I said, it really is a kid. Like,
I know.
Aaron just can't help himself. He's such a little pouty boy.
He's right. He's right. He's right. But he's crybaby and he's pouty when he does it. For whatever reason, it just doesn't work for me.
Right. Which is when Katie talks to Thomas again, and Thomas gives this whole spiel and the feeling's so strong, and basically alluding to falling in love with her without really saying it. He goes back to the group of guys, which is when the group of guys are still pouty. Aaron's like on the couch like, hey man, that was my time. Like, disrespectful. Did you think that was disrespectful? He's like, whatever. The whole typical you're stealing my time. Yeah. Justin has had some great facial expressions throughout this season, if you guys recall. Justin.
Which one? Who's Justin? Oh yeah. No, he hates all the bullshit. He's like, this stuff is crazy.
Yeah, like it was. He could not believe it, but thankfully,
I was thinking of Trey when Trey had his hands over.
Oh yeah, Trey also can't believe it. When Mike got up at the rose ceremony at the beginning of the episode and was like, "We all don't think Carl is telling the truth," or whatever he said. They cut to the group and Trey was so furiously nodding his head, like everyone else was like. Yeah. And he literally was like this.
Well, he had the very funny line in week 1 at the end when all the stuff was happening with Carl, where he just got so frustrated where he's like, just stop, man. Just stop doing that. And it's like true.
Yep. So like you said, Trent, Thomas tells the group that he told Katie he was falling in love with her, but he didn't really use those words. Then the group's like, what are you talking about? You don't even fucking know her.
What did he say to her exactly? Something about fear and love? He like tried to make up a poem on the spot.
Yeah, it's a bunch of nonsense, honestly. I really don't, I couldn't tell you what exactly he said.
Because then he switches his story again.
He was like, I don't want to use the word.
Right.
But wink, wink.
Because he tells the group of guys that he told Katie that he's falling in love with her.
Yeah.
And then he gets asked again at some point and he says, no, I said something about love.
Yeah, he said I'm falling in love with her, and Hunter said that's bullshit.
yeah. Which, Hunter was right.
Hunter, very, very, very right. So the guys are frustrated, but at the end of the day, thank God Thomas did not get the group date rose. Connor B got the group date rose. So I think if Thomas got that rose, they would have freaked the fuck out. But it went to Connor, so we're good there. And then we had the one-on-one with Mike. But before that, Ray and I have talked about it many times before. College, not for us.
Nope.
Not for us.
Not for Trent either.
Not for Trent either. But we know a lot of people out there who go that route, and credit to you. You're stronger than us. I was never a great studier. When it got down to it, I procrastinated. I waited till the last minute. I tried to cram it, and it never worked. Never worked in my favor. But if you guys are studying right now for maybe law school or medical school, anything like that, you've got to try Blueprint. Blueprint's test prep delivers life-changing score increases. On average, their students receive 11-point increases for the LSAT for you future lawyers out there, and 13-point increases for the MCAT for you future doctors, which is a big deal. You have just learned so much information over the years. It's hard to retain all of it. So Blueprint was founded on the idea that test prep can actually be entertaining and effective. They use unique animations and graphics, humorous pop culture references. They also have the only dynamic study plan tool that creates your personalized study plan at the click of a button. They have these amazing elite instructors and tutors. To teach your Blueprint, you must score in the 98th percentile or higher on an actual exam. They turn down over 90% of the people who apply to teach for them, so you know you're getting the best instructors. After each practice test, the amazing analytics will help you quickly diagnose the underlying patterns of what you got wrong and why to help you improve faster. They've helped over 50,000 LSAT students and 60,000 MCAT students improve their score. I'm telling you guys, I tell all my friends, I got some smart friends out there that are doing some big things. They want law school, they want medical school. So I tell them about Blueprint. That's my contribution. That's the way I'm helping my friends. Blueprint's got an incredible contest going on right now to win $20,000 towards your law school tuition. Just head to their site and enter to win. Plus, Blueprint has an exclusive offer just for Chicks in the Office listeners. Blueprint rarely offers discounts this big, but for the first 100 listeners of our show who go to blueprintprep.com and use promo code CHICKS, you will receive 20% off. That's over $200 off your LSAT or MCAT class if you go to blueprintprep.com and use our promo code CHICKS. Dune buggy riding with Mike looked like they had a great time. They're adventurous. Katie's flipping dune buggies.
being pretty calm about it.
Pretty calm. I feel like that's fun. Dune buggies are fun. Have you guys ever been in a dune buggy?
No.
No, but I like the word.
Dune buggy.
Yeah.
With like the cages on them and everything. And you can flip them and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to do that right
Yeah?
now.
I've been in one. I did not flip it,
Have
but
you
it's like
ever
kind of freaky.
Done like an ATV or like a snowmobile, anything like that?
An ATV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have?
Have I been on one?
Yeah.
Have I driven one? Yes.
Oh, that's surprising.
But why is that?
I feel like snowmobile, yeah, but like where did you go for an
Snowmobile.
ATV?
Snowmobile.
I've never been on a snowmobile.
Never been on a
I've
snowmobile.
four-wheeler,
Really fun.
though.
I've also never been on either of those things.
An ATV is a big
Four-wheeler.
Yeah, four-wheeler.
Yeah,
like,
I have
where
a
have
picture
you
on
done
my
that?
Instagram riding around my neighborhood.
In your neighborhood.
Yeah, no, I had a my
Who in your neighborhood has a fucking ATV?
Yeah.
Honestly, my aunt and her boyfriend who lived down the block.
They have an
Of course.
ATV.
Okay.
No, the only time I've ridden on a four-wheeler
I gotta
was
get this
around my
picture.
buddy's neighborhood.
I gotta get this picture.
We just
up,
rip
man.
around the neighborhood.
I didn't have
Probably
any
very dangerous.
people who had ATVs in my
And
town.
that wasn't the only time I've ridden one. I've ridden one in Pennsylvania. I know somebody who got into a terrible accident though.
So
on
what?
one.
Yeah, they're.
Weird.
I mean,
They're
they're
dangerous.
super
They're
dangerous.
dangerous.
I'm one of
Yeah.
my dad's friends. Like almost died on a snowmobile too.
Oh,
Here, look.
snowmobiles are really
Yeah,
dangerous.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Around my neighborhood.
Is it
that is
snowy
you.
out?
It's snowing out.
Oh, wow.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram for everybody who wants to see
Yeah,
it.
everyone go
you can
like
scroll
that.
back.
You can
January
scroll back. You can like all the pictures before that as well if you haven't.
January 23rd, 2016. My
Oh,
That
cousin-
was
wow.
a good social experiment. How many people go like that snow?
Yeah.
That ATV
Let's see.
picture?
Go.
What's the number at right now?
The number's at 203.
Okay. So you'll know.
Yeah.
My
You will
Instagram
know.
is Maria
Let's blow that-
Chiffo.
blow that up.
CIUFFO.
I would love to know. Be a good test to see if people really listen to us talk. You know?
Yes, Maria Chiffo, CIUFFO, January 23rd, 2016. Scroll back and hit like.
Maybe I'll do it right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll do it.
I'm going to make it 204.
Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated.
Have you ever ridden either one of those things, Noah?
Snowmobile, yeah. Not or jet ski, like same family. Feel like jet ski, snowmobile, all the same.
Well, jet skis in the water.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but it's all the same idea.
Right. They're all extreme.
And you know I love jet skis,
You know what's
so why
fun?
was it so
Have you
shocking
ever
I've been on ATV?
Taking a snowmobile on a lake that's frozen. It's pretty.
Oh, that's frightening.
You go really
Yeah.
fast.
And that's really frightening.
That
Yeah.
is- that
The
sounds
whole time
scary.
I was like, the ice is gonna
That
break.
sounds scary.
If it
I don't
breaks,
know if I could do
you're
that.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
you're done.
much.
Well, anyways, they're on dune buggies. You're not going fast
You're supposed
enough
to
here?
do it.
Try and
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. They're on the dune buggies. Looks like they had a great date. I feel like these two were definitely connecting. But the serious stuff came at dinner, which once again, cue the waterworks. If you weren't already sad at some point during this episode, Michael tells Katie,
It's 2:05 now. Just are you listening to
Wow.
us?
Yeah.
It was 2:04 before actually. They named the one and
Oh,
the
yeah.
203
Yep.
others.
Yep.
Okay.
so so Michael tells Katie,
Yeah.
16 years ago, met my wife, Laura, love of my life, knew as soon as I saw her like that this was it. They got married in 2012, had a baby in 2016. Then she got diagnosed with breast cancer. He said that they traveled the world trying to find a cure, but in January 2019, she passed away. And at this point, I think everyone watching was in tears. Katie was
Yep.
in tears. Michael was in tears. And he just, I don't know. It's sad because you hear the timeline and you're like, is he okay?
Yeah.
What's he gone through? Losing his wife and then COVID, and here he is now. But he does seem very optimistic about finding love again in his life. He said, what a gift to fall in love twice. Just, it's beautiful. It was, and they shared such a moment. I think Katie really likes him. Like, I didn't know if they were going to have a connection. And of course, obviously there is like she's not going to be like, this isn't going to work at
Right.
this moment. But they did seem like there was a legitimate potential connection there.
I got to be honest, the whole thing makes me nervous.
Right.
Because, what if Michael doesn't end up winning?
Right.
Or doesn't end up with Katie? Then we got to watch Michael get sent home.
And get his heart broken again.
Right. Like, I
Yeah.
almost wish he can do whatever he wants, but like a more stable way to try to find love again.
Yeah.
That's what I kind
yeah.
of took from it while watching, which by the way was just rips out your heart. The whole
Rips
thing
out
is
your heart,
terrible. But I see both sides of it because I feel like he went through so much, and maybe I'd love to know how he was put onto the show. Did
Right.
somebody sign him up? Somebody
Right.
reach out to him? Because I feel like if maybe somebody in his family or his friends were like, come on, like do this, it'll make
Like
you feel
getting him back
better.
out there.
Yeah, like get back
Yeah.
out there. Like this will make you feel good.
Yeah.
It'll be a new experience. It'll be exciting. Like maybe something like that happened, which then, whatever way makes you feel better, however you grieve is up to you. So I feel like if he felt like this was going to make him feel better, then fine by him. But at the same time, I'm not sure Michael thought about all the other consequences that
Right.
may happen. Like, what if he actually does fall in love with Katie and then Katie does not fall in love back? And then it's heartbreaking. And then for Katie as well to like have to break his heart.
Yeah,
She's not into
totally.
him. She's thinking about the past. It's very sad situation.
It's very
So,
public.
Very.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna have so many opinions coming his way, and I'm rooting for the best for Michael
Totally.
because
I am
it's
too.
a sad situation.
Yeah. And I got to think that after something like that happens and COVID and everything, like dating for him regularly is probably really hard.
Sure.
Where at this point you could be like, fuck it, I'm just going to go the extreme. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to go on the fucking Bachelorette.
He's probably like, I have one life to live. Why
Yeah.
the fuck not?
yeah,
So
exactly.
Maybe somebody signed him up.
Exactly. And, like Thomas said, it is a platform. So it is what
But
it is.
Michael is definitely there
Yeah, for sure.
for the right
yeah,
reasons.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, that's what makes all of
Absolutely.
us so, like, I hope it works.
Absolutely. He gets the rose, and they cut back to the house where they just had a montage of every guy calling Thomas bad things.
The house that Aaron built.
Yeah, literally. Sociopath, psychopath, liar, pathological liar. Like, they went through all the buzzwords of like a bad contestant on this show. Nobody wants to take him seriously. Everybody is really disagreeing with what he is saying. And then, of course, it blows up when Hunter says, have you thought about, being the Bachelor? Did you think like coming on this show, you could be the Bachelor? And he says, I can't be disingenuous to you guys. I'm not going to be. Yes, coming into this, one of the thoughts on my mind was potentially being the next Bachelor. Now, like we said before, I think every single guy who comes on this show has that thought.
Yep.
You just can't say it out loud.
You can't say it out loud, but also,
Filming.
why are they even asking him?
Yeah,
why
yeah.
are they even asking him when they themselves probably feel the
Right.
same way? That guy, whoever asked,
Yeah.
in his head, he's like, perfect. Now I might be the next Bachelor for calling him out.
Yeah.
It's just a revolving cycle of a bunch of people who think in their head, the possibility is if we don't end up together, which if we do, that's great. I'm looking for love. If I end up with Katie, I'm
Yeah.
open to that. But if I don't, hey, maybe I'll be the Bachelor. Everybody's going to think
Yeah.
that. Of
Yeah.
course they are. So I think it's a stupid question and also a stupid answer. Keep
Yeah.
your mouth shut, Thomas.
What he should.
He's telling the truth. He's just the wrong person to be telling
Right.
it
He
because
should-
everybody doesn't like him.
Right, but almost do we because the thing is, I'm like, do we just respect Thomas for being truthful? Because
I
he
kinda do,
sucks
but I
so
also think
bad,
he sucks.
and I hate his
Yeah.
face. But at the same time,
Yeah.
we all know they're all thinking the same
Like,
thing.
what
Yeah.
happens in that moment if Thomas says, okay, yes, it has been on my mind that I could potentially be the next Bachelor, but then he's like, Hunter, have you thought about that? And then what
Right.
Hunter says, no, I'm sure, but that's not true. He's lying.
Yeah.
If you put someone in a position where you know what the answer is going to be because
Yeah.
everyone's thinking it, and he says that he has thought about it, like, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing.
You can't
Thinking
tell
about
me that
something
thought has
isn't
not crossed
necessarily
your mind.
bad.
Yeah. You can't say
People
that
have
thought didn't
thoughts.
cross. Exactly. That never did that thought cross your mind at one point when you got cast on The Bachelorette, when you're thinking like, damn, I hope this works out. But if it doesn't, maybe I'll do well on the show and people will like me.
I really do think the only person in the house who hasn't thought that is Michael.
Yeah, it's very possible. I just think that because Thomas seems so douchey that it's like, yeah, of course you came on this show
Sure.
trying to be the Bachelor. You look like that and you're acting
He'd
like
be a
that
sucky
guy.
Bachelor.
Like he really, everything he is doing feels so performative.
Right.
with Katie.
Yes.
Which is why it's like you are the wrong person to be delivering these thoughts. But the way that this season is going, it just feels like they are just really going back to the basics of like, here for the right reasons, stealing each other's time. Now this guy wants to be the Bachelor. Are you kidding me? Like, Katie's going to come in and be like...
Color me shocked.
Yeah, Katie's going to be like, you want to be the Bachelor? Like, this show's about me. Get out.
It's the same thing. I would love if somebody in the group jumped in and was like, hey, don't we all wish we could be the Bachelor? And then they all turn around. They're like, yeah.
I'm hoping
That is the
there's
comedic relief I'm looking
hoping
for
there's
on
some
this
like
show.
elbows going behind the couch. like, oh, don't tell anyone about our conversation last night.
Yeah.
There's probably two guys like in bed being like, damn, man, what you want to be the next Bachelor? It's like, don't fucking say it out loud.
A high percentage of those guys have thought about being the Bachelor. Undeniable.
Absolutely. So, like we said, to wrap it up, those sentiments are true. Thomas is not the one to deliver them. He definitely has some bizarre vibes. I think he's really like being fairly manipulative to Katie, spewing like falling in love and all this bullshit when he definitely isn't. And we got to see, because this is probably where shit goes down. I think someone's going to tell Katie about the Bachelor thing. Thomas is going to go home. She's going to freak out even more. And then maybe Blake Moynes comes in as the knight in shining armor.
I had forgotten
Blake's
about that
gonna
till
be
right
like,
now.
I know you've lost faith in this process, but I'm here for you. Or maybe Tayshia, because this is like Tayshia's like a guy. Tayshia's like, oh, a guy from my past contacted me, whatever, in the preview.
Yeah.
So I bet maybe like they're having girl time, and Katie's like, I don't know if this is gonna work, and Tayshia's like, well, I got somebody here
I
for
got
you
something in my back pocket.
that is interested in meeting you.
We don't think Katie will let Thomas off the hook for this, right?
I'll be
How much does
shocked
she
if
like
she
her?
does.
How much does she like him?
I think she's very physically attracted to him, which is why, like I know you're making a face, and I agree with you, but I think like the makeouts that they've had have been very like a lot.
There was one makeout that they had, I think it was during the first episode, where he
Oh my
brought
God,
her
yeah.
up onto
Yeah.
her lap.
Yeah.
And
Her
I
Spanx
thought,
were showing.
I thought that's right.
Yeah.
I thought things were gonna go to a whole nother level.
No, like things were getting intimate quickly, which is why I think she's very sexually attracted to him. And when that happens, you can kind of get blinded by the bullshit. Like, I think Katie's like buying what he's selling right now.
Because so far she's been good. Cody,
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Carl, gone.
Yeah, I think she likes him.
But I don't think she really liked those guys.
Right, for sure. And I think Thomas is, you're the Bachelorette, like, that's, your biggest hope is that a connection is made like so quickly, I feel like, or you know that you're getting the attention from the guys, and Thomas is laying it all out there, so she's probably like, ooh, like this could really be something great. So I just feel like if she is told about the Bachelor comment, there's no way she's going to be okay. She's going to freak the fuck out.
Definitely.
100%.
I agree with that.
And then we have good old Blake Moynes coming. I'm so excited. He's like, we tagged him on Instagram last night about him showing up, and he reshared it and then responded to a DM where I was just laughing because he's like, fucking show, building me up, I better deliver. I'm like, you know what, Blake, fingers crossed, we're looking forward to seeing you.
I love Blake Moynes.
Can't wait.
He's going to be great.